Hey there. We're getting some crazy windstorms going on over here, so we're just gonna stay cozy and get a general vibe check tarot reading. So stick around if you feel so called. Alright, first out we've got the Knight of Pentacles, the Five of Cups, and the Six of Swords. So this is telling me already that I'm talking to a collective of people who have been working really hard to stay diligent in like moving forward in the face of some pretty difficult circumstances. I think you've been like keeping your eye on the future, keeping your focus on what really matters. Because in this Knight of Pentacles, which in this deck it's the Prophet of Stones, but that's the tarot equivalency. We see this woman here who's focused on this like pentacle that she's creating, representative of her goals, her progress. And I think that there have been a lot of things that are like trying to throw you off track with that like Five of Cups there. Getting some like grieving energy. A little bit curious to kind of know like what's going on? Like what is it that's been giving you a hard time and like what have you been feeling like you need to move forward from? Okay, so we've got the Eight of Pentacles and the Five of Pentacles. So I think that there's something that like you worked really hard at, potentially something that you're even like really good at with that Eight of Pentacles there. This definitely feels like a situation that didn't go the way that you wanted to, despite the amount of work that you put in. Because with that Five of Pentacles, it is a lot of like hardship and insecurity and things like that. And that like paired with the Eight of Pentacles is it almost feels like an injustice with that because of how much work you put into whatever this is. I'd like a little more information on like what is it that you put so much work into? Okay, now we've got the Nine of Pentacles. I think that this has something to do with your career, with your sense of like independence and like success there, that I think may not have gotten to kind of where you wanted it to. But I think like the important thing that I was talking about here, to begin with this Knight of Pentacles is that you've you've stayed focused despite the fact that I think things haven't initially gone the way that you wanted to. And so I'd kind of like to know, Spirit, if you will, what's kind of the current energy and where is it going for this collective that has been experiencing this grief and this lack of fulfillment or success. All right, so we have the Hermit, the Seven of Wands, and the King of Swords, which is the Philosopher of Knives. I think that there's something here about, I think the way that you are being called right now to look look within specifically like your mind and kind of like cut through the parts of you that are still a little defensive or a little bit resistant, and like really working on sharpening your sense of self and focusing on the way that I think you project outward the light that you carry within. And a lot of that light, I think, comes from your understanding and your almost like intelligent way of conceptualizing spirit via intelligence, the way of using spirituality and intuition in a very intelligent way to understand yourself and understand others. Um, because in this hermit card, we see he's got this like candle here within him, and he's kind of like projecting this light outward. Um, and I think that like you have this light, and it's like that light, that intuitive gift is the thing that really like cuts through the resistance, that's like that's the fire that is gonna like burn through these remaining barriers, I think, to your success. And I think that like you persisting in the face of like the defeat that you've experienced, with that like five of cups and that five of pentacles, definitely like not the easiest energy, but I think what you've done is like you have gone from looking and like cultivating this energy, like this magic, this whatever it is about what you do that you're passionate about, and feeling like it almost has to be this external thing, to understanding how much of that light comes from within you, and like how you are the one projecting it outward. It's not like you're taking the magic from this symbol, this ritual, this job, this career, whatever that looks like you're specifically giving your light to that thing. You're cultivating your light through that thing. um and I'm getting for like some people, I think you may work with other people in some regard. um Not like coworkers, but like, someone who's either working, like in customer service or teaching or some kind of like service profession, I think, where you do a lot to bring light to those around you. And I think you may also like take some like inspiration, some light from those people that you work with. But I think that like ultimately a lot of it is about the fact that like you bring light to those around you, in all of your situations. So interesting. Is this upright or reversed? Reversed, Wheel of Fortune, the Devil, Two of Pentacles. That's some gnarly energy right there. Um, so what I'm getting with this is that there's actually some things in addition that have kind of been in play outside of you. And I think that like part of the reason you're not giving yourself enough credit for balancing everything that you have been is that you've been almost not even fully aware of like everything that's working around you. Um, and the fact that you're kind of like treading water in spite of it. It's like you're not just treading water, you're treading water in the middle of a storm, in the middle of a choppy ocean with skyscraper waves. Like it's a lot more than you realize. Like a little more information on like what this devil is here. Okay, so Six of Cups. This is someone or something from your past that I think doesn't really want to see you succeed. Like that energy. Seven of Cups. I think that this is either a specific person or just kind of like an energy or belief within yourself, but it is someone or something, either another person or like a part of you, that I think almost wants you to like choose to repeat past cycles. Like they want you to choose to stay stuck in the past, whether that's like a part of you that's afraid to move forward because you're like, I don't want to change, I don't want to grow, or it's a person who is resistant to growth and is like resistant or reactive or controlling, like when you try to grow, when you try to move. Um, and I think you almost haven't realized like how prevalent that's been kind of in your energetic field. But the thing is, like we have this like Two of Pentacles coming out here. And I kind of like this because, we have like the Devil and the Wheel of Fortune reversed. And that's like such big, heavy, like major arcana energy. And then we have like this little lowly Two of Pentacles just sort of sitting here, like holding off these other two, being like, nope, we're still we're balancing. We're balancing it. Um and I really like that, we have a similar like star imagery on this Two of Pentacles that we also have on this Wheel of Fortune reversed. And I kind of see that as you almost like embodying a part of the universe within yourself. Like I was saying before with this, kind of candle within and projecting the star without. Um, it's like that same kind of energy that I almost see you as like whatever, or like you don't recognize like the magnitude of this thing that's kind of been like on your back, like this energy that's been holding you back. And then you've been sitting there like beating yourself up for like, why am I not more successful? Why am I not more successful? It's like, do you even realize like how quickly anyone else would have folded here with, this energy, Wheel of Fortune, of kind of your luck being turned upside down, like feeling like you are at the mercy of the universe and like trapped in these repeating cycles, or having someone try to push you back into these toxic cycles, someone, who doesn't want you to like grow and change into your best self, or situations that, don't, that try to like just bring out that part of you. And you're still balanced. You're still balanced. Like the fact that you are balanced at all, the fact that you were showing up at all, like that's impressive. That's impressive, and you need to give yourself some more credit for that. You really need to give yourself some more credit for that. But I would like some more information on like, is this something that's kind of like recently going on, or because like I'm not feeling in the present like the same weight of this Wheel of Fortune reverse, the Devil. It's more like feeling, the space where it was, I think, as represented by like the loss, the insecurity, the lack of that like Five of Cups and Five of Pentacles. It's almost like we can see the imprint where this thing was, but it doesn't feel like it's as present anymore, at least in the energy. So I'd kind of like to know what's going on there, and what can we expect moving forward. Thank you. Okay, we have got the High Priestess, the Hanged Man, the Eight of Cups, and the King of Cups. Yeah, so this is telling me that, even if you still feel like maybe a little stuck or trapped in a situation, um, like the energy has already shifted or like detached in a sense. And I think that there's been really like I'm seeing like a major victory here in terms of like the way that you have intuitively navigated this situation, because I kind of like, we got this High Priestess here, um and she's got this pentagram upright behind her and these horns, which is like kind of reminiscent of this devil with the horns, but like here the pentagram's upside down and here it's right side up. And it's kind of like whether this was like a part of you that was, kind of pushing against you, or a specific person, it was, there was almost, like I'm talking about this as energy because it is, but there's, a certain level of, it feels almost like intuitive sabotage, like almost stealing your power from you by causing you to stay stuck in the past, stuck in, past cycles, past relationships, past versions of yourself, whatever it is. And by like moving past that and overcoming that, it's like you were able to kind of like integrate your shadow in a way, like whether it was again a specifically a part of you that was holding you back and you embraced that part and like grew through that, or whether it was like another person and you were able to kind of confront the things that were like keeping you tied to that relationship or that person. Like I am seeing like either we have very recently detached or like we are in the process of that. And I think that you still feel like a little bit upside down due to like the magnitude of this with the hanged man. But I think that like things are going to start to balance out emotionally soon with this King of Cups here. And I think that you are going to feel a lot more like yourself and a lot more like in touch with your purpose. Um, the Emperor. And I think like that's going to be something that like spurs you to action in a new way. The Emperor, the Moon, the Nine of Cups. One more card, please. The Ace of Wands. Yeah, like I said, it's like new inspiration. Um, that I think is like coming from a place of greater emotional fulfillment. And I think that it's because you're not like fighting against your subconscious. You're not fighting against your past, your emotions. You're not ruled by these anxieties. It's like you're working with them. You are the master over them and they're not hidden anymore. Like you've brought all of this to light. And I think that like that's going to bring other things. It's funny, I was about to say bring other things to light, but like the word that was in my brain that was on the tip of my tongue was bring other things to life. And I kind of like that. I also really like pull this card out again because I just think this depiction of the hermit is so cool. I love him. Um, but I was talking here about like this candle being this internal light that you have. And then if we look at this Ace of Wands here, Ace of Feathers in this deck, we see a candle that's like helping to warm this egg as it incubates so it can hatch so that this like new thing can come out. And I think they're not gonna they don't want to tell me like too much specifically with that moon there about what exactly that's gonna look like when it does hatch, but it is very much related to I think something that is a personal dream that you have again, like I said, like experienced some heartbreak and some lack of success about, but I think that it's gonna blossom into something that is much more actionable, is much more sustainable with that emperor. It's something that you feel driven to, and something that I think is going to, in some ways, like reciprocate that back to you, and give you like a concrete path forward to kind of cut through that more subliminal moon energy, in a pretty positive way. So I think that's about it. Sounds like my roommate's alarm is going off, so time's up, I guess. Well, hope that helps and good luck out there.